London Uncovered. As we are moving on to a new episode, and today we are talking about pursuing a perfect partner. Yes, they say to love and to be loved is the greatest joy of life, and truly it is the greatest gift of all. But finding the perfect partner can be very daunting. Research shows that broadly speaking, people look for characteristics like whether a partner is warm and trustworthy, whether a partner displays vitality and attractiveness, and whether a partner possesses status and resources. People evaluate potential mates with these qualities because these are the indicators of good genes and also is a good indicator of good investment. When a survey was done asking men and women describing their perfect life partner, men preferred women who had the face of an actress, the body of an athlete, the voice of an angel, who could cook like a chef, clean like a maid, and perform like a harlot in bed. And when women were asked the same question, they said men they wanted should be tall, dark, and handsome, good body, great influence in society, a good sense of humor, and a tight bottom. So how does one choose a life partner? What should one look for in a relationship? Often people look for someone to complete them, someone imaginary or someone just like them. And here are some suggestions by experts. 1. Stop looking for your soulmate and get to know yourself. Accept yourself and respect yourself. And above all, try to heal past wounds. Relationship expert Dr. Les and Leslie Barrett say, if you attempt to build intimacy with another person without doing the hard work of becoming a whole and healthy person, every relationship will be an attempt to complete the hole in your heart and the lack of what you don't have, and it'll end in disaster. 2. Learn to live your life as you want. It means just be yourself. Appreciate the gifts that life has offered you. Live with the attitude of gratitude. And 3rd, when you meet someone, don't hurry things. Allow the relationship to unfold. For each relationship is unique, just as each person is unique. So how your relationship unfolds will be unique too. And one author says it beautifully. We come to love not by finding a perfect person, but by learning to see an imperfect person perfectly. So let's go and see what people have to say about it. Tell us, why does a loving partner bring joy to our hearts?
It would be lovely to have someone to share my moments of joy and happiness, to go travelling with, have my free time and bring happiness to them and to myself.
So what sort of a partner you think will bring joy to your heart?
Someone that enjoys travel like me, going out, spending time outside and travelling the world, which is what I enjoy.
What message would you give to the world, Claire?
Oh, well, be happy, be friendly, be pleasant to each other and share our love, and just be friendly and happy, and then be nice to people, and then hopefully they'll be nice back to you.
Claire, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Tell us, why is it a joy to have a loving partner?
I think it's just a joy because somebody really enjoys being with you. You can see that they want to be with you, they're happy with you, they feel like they come alive when you're around, and it's just extraordinary that somebody finds you such a pleasure to be with, so exciting. A friend of mine started going out with someone recently, and just the joy in her eyes when she said, you know, I can't believe that somebody really wants to spend lots of time with me and finds me interesting and finds my life a source of happiness to her. It's just like one set of happiness just kind of multiplies to two. Yeah, that's why it's so special.
So how can one pursue a perfect partner?
I don't think you should pursue a perfect partner. I think you should pursue the partner that actually makes you happy. And there's a difference between that and pursuing a sort of tick list that social media or whatever tell you ought to have. But you're not going out with that person because they make you look good in other people's eyes. You're going out with that person because they just make you happy and you make them happy. And I think a lot of the time people do have these lists of what they really want, and all of those lists are really to do with status in the eyes of other people. So if I go out with X really tall person, then I sort of gain borrowed status. It's not about that to me. It's who's the person who really makes you happy, who makes you laugh till you can't stop laughing, who do you share the same sense of kind of virtue and empathy and enjoyment with. That's the thing you should be pursuing.
What message would you give to the world, Peter?
I think I'd say don't swipe right, don't swipe left. Just start talking. The more you talk to people, the more you find that actually this person is really interesting that maybe you hadn't noticed before. I mean, there's always a threshold. There's plenty of people in this world you just don't fancy, and you can't do anything about that. But I think the more you talk, the more you might find a kind of common project with somebody.
Peter, once again, that was touching. Thank you very much.
God bless everyone.
Tell us, why is a loving partner a joy?
A loving partner is a joy because it's lovely to have someone to support you, to help you, to comfort you, to have fun with you, and to just have that person going through life with you. So that's why they're an absolute joy.
How should one pursue a perfect partner?
Well, nobody is perfect, so that's the first thing. There is not one perfect person in the world. So you should look to the example of Jesus and see that he was perfect, but as humans, we can't be completely perfect, so we have to accept each other's imperfections and accept that we can help each other grow. Be open to meeting people who are maybe different from yourself, be open to new experiences, and the main thing is you want someone who you can trust, who you can have fun with, who makes you laugh, and who's there through hard times.
What message would you give to the world?
And my message today is that there is someone out there for everyone. Don't be disheartened if you've had bad experiences. If you have just recovered from a very bad relationship, take some time out for yourself. Take some time to heal, recover, pray, be with people who are kind, and then try again. And that there is always a special person for each person in the world.
Sally, that was brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tell us, why does a loving partner brings joy?
Oh, question of love again. Well, I think it's because of the essence. I think what love brings to a person is something that you can't really describe, but you know what it is, and it makes you actually want to do the same thing back. So, depending on understanding of love, because the more you understand love, the more loving you can be. You're expressing the love becomes more deeper, or there's more depth in it. I think that is what I think that if I was trying to explain the benefits of being loved by someone, is that you get to know what love is, and then you want to do it again. You kind of want to share it. That's what I'd say. So it's not something you just put in your pocket and thank you very much. You just rebound it. You feel like you want to share it. So symbiosis.
So how does one pursue a perfect partner?
Whoa, that's very hard to. Well, I don't think. Well, you need to. I don't know. I think you have to get. Someone's got to show you things, So you don't just go and just fall in love, whatever they say. Maybe there's all that kind of stuff, but I think it's more to do with getting somebody who's good for you. So the cultures have a way of doing that, but I think now in London we seem to have we're so individual. Some people are not. Some people are more traditional, but most people will just fall in love. I like her, I like him. But I think there should be a way of trying to do that in a way that makes it more meaningful, so that people can have longer-lasting, fulfilling relationships.
What message would you give to the world, Michael?
Oh yeah, love, 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 love.
Michael, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Tell us, why does having a loving partner brings joy?
I think that we as a species, as a race, we like to be in a relationship because it gives you that nice warm feeling inside to share experiences with someone else, and a part of that is it's just the joy of having somebody in your life to do things with, and I think that's why our relationships are so meaningful. For me, I mean, my girlfriend, we do a lot of things together. We enjoy doing those things together. We almost have like a routine when we have our weekends together, and that's what I mean. And so we look forward to having those experiences, having a lay, just simple things like having a lay-in with somebody, because you're working during the week and you're sharing that lay-in with somebody that you love, or we like swimming, so and where we swim, there's a sauna there, so it's like a spa experience, and sharing, just having that on your own is nice. Sharing it with someone else, it's even nicer. So that's what I'm saying, that whole experience of sharing those, just the little things in life with somebody, it can be really nice.
So Tom, tell us, how can one pursue a perfect partner?
I think that there's different ways of doing it now. I mean, I'm quite old, I'm in my late 40s, so when I was dating, it was a case of you would have to go somewhere and speak to a woman, and then a relationship would spring from there. But now you've got all sorts of ways of doing it, social media and dating sites. So it's a bigger world now. So and that can be a good thing and a bad thing. But for me, I met my girlfriend on a dating site. I'd been on a dating site for maybe a year or two, and I was getting a bit fed up, and she was the same. And I was going to come off of the dating site and just kind of give it all up. And then she was in the same position, but we just happened to click. We started talking online, went on a couple of dates, and 8 years later we're still together. So that's one example. But I think if you're dating now with social media, with dating sites, the world is your ocean, really. But I think you have to. There's a certain etiquette that you need to really adhere to. You can't you can't be the same person that you are in person online. You have to be a bit more savvy. So what I would say is, just treat the person with respect, because you're not going to get anywhere, if you're trying to pursue somebody online, if you're just, pestering them, for example.
Tom, as always, a pleasure. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Sanjay.
As we come to the end of this episode, and we've been talking about pursuing a perfect partner. And yes, we've seen that finding a person you can be happy with for the rest of your life can feel impossible. So take your time, spend time with your friends, and take care of yourself. The most common way to meet a future partner is through mutual friends. Spend time with friends and ask your friends to introduce you to people they think you like. The second is in social spaces. This can include everything from bars to concerts, poetry readings, and gallery openings to church gatherings. The third is through work. If you work from home, consider participating in a co-working space. Make visits to the home office and attend conferences when you can. Be slow to ask someone out if you work together regularly. However, if this can potentially complicate your work life. The fourth is through dating websites or apps. And the fifth is through social media. Signing up for dating platforms like OkCupid, Tinder, Grindr, and Hinge, etc. You can find someone you like. Date him or her for at least 3 years before proposing marriage. Getting to know one another over time will increase your likelihood of staying together. And in the words of Elizabeth B. Browning, I love you, not only for what you are, but for what I am when I am with you. I love you, not only for what you've made of yourself, but what you're making of me. I love you for the part of me that you bring out.